Hello and welcome to the IFAR Season 15 Martinsville race. This is race 4 of the season, I believe. Let me double check that just to make sure I'm not spreading misinformation on a YouTube broadcast in the big year 2025. And sure I didn't overdose on Tylenol. I am correct, yes, Martinsville race 4. Last week we've seen Jolene Sims win at Auto Club. They're currently racing the 150 Southern 200 right now on FRN. As for here in IFAR, Alexander Gonzalez-Greene, he's going to lead us on the front row to the green. 125 laps tonight, 94 laps on the tank. So you got a pretty decently large window to make your one stop of the race. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see whether the undercut strategy or managing your stuff for making the overcut work better. So it's going to be, I think, a very interesting race strategy-wise. We got about 10 cars tonight. I can actually give you an approximate number about, I think that's actually exactly right. 10 cars made a lap in qualifying. And there's only 10 cars on the server, excluding myself. So, yeah. So we got tonight, just me tonight. Crap, I just seen what Harry sent me. If I would have seen that sooner, I would have... See if I could have brought in Harry, but, oops. I guess probably should have checked that during practice. I didn't think anyone was going to say they're going to want to join the broadcast tonight. Oh well, this is what it is. I think we're also competing with not only the 150 FRN broadcast, but also I think the Xfinity race is going on tonight. I don't keep up with the Xfinity series as much as I used to, so I can't really give you a solid answer on that. Let's see, I do need to fix my stuff a little bit here. Alright, that's good. But yeah, Alexander Gonzalez-Greene on the pole. Death Taxes and TalhaDevYT starting on the outside on the front row after just missing out on pole. And I say that he won the pole, his first pole in IFAR a couple weeks back at Kansas. Just looking at his recent stats in our online races, he started second in the nurse car race, or no, what nurse car? It was I know it was DSRA and I think NARL, which should push my narrative good enough. So we ball. I believe Cole Rodriguez has rejoined the server, so we may actually have an 11-car field tonight. Anyways, regardless, there's a reason I started late, and that is so I have however many long to yap about the race before the race, or not before the race, but during the race, opposed to getting all my yapping done before the race and not having anything to yap about after the race has already started. So, peak decision making on my part, if I don't say so myself. Maybe a bit of a okay. I don't exactly know what they have going on there, but I do believe they were going under rules and stuff under happy hour to get everything, make sure they had everything good, ready to go. Speaking of, that's what I need to make sure I'm doing with my lap counter. Alright, 125 laps. I believe I've moved my thing enough to be ready. And just gonna ignore that. Alexander Gonzalez-Greene is gonna lead us to the green here tonight. I guess where the heck? I guess somewhere in that. Stephen Gibson started second. Talha's fell back to third. My apologies on that. Spreading misinformation. Regardless, we are green here for Martinsville Race 4. Let me just do that, yeah. Yeah, I guess Stephen had a last minute, or last second lap. He was able to put down something quicker than TalhaDevYT. My apologies for not noticing that or double checking. Regardless, he is putting up a decent fight with Alexander Gonzalez-Greene on that top line early in this run. We've seen multiple times before, if you've watched actual NASCAR with this very generation of car, where sometimes you'll see short runs where the top line can work pretty solid with cooler tires. However, he has finally fallen back behind the 18 as we start what is probably going to be a. I'm gonna hope and assume this stays fully green. I think last season we had something fairly similar. I don't exactly 100% remember, but I remember last season Gina Bononi ended up winning and Dylan LaPrade finishing second. And Dylan LaPrade is not here tonight, and I believe Alexander Gonzalez-Greene was not racing at that point last season. I'm not 1,000% sure, and I don't feel like double checking either. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Well, time to start my yapping session, and yeah, I'm yapping by myself because I forgot. I didn't see what Harry sent. I don't know if he would have been able to get the cars and tracks and all that in that time. It might have been a bit more stressful than it could have been, but I'll keep it in mind for next time we do race here. I believe next week we go to Homestead, so that'll be something more long. Some of these guys might be more inclined to do. Again, a little bit shorter field tonight, what we're used to, but we had something similar last season, so no big shocker. And also the competition from 150 as well as the NASCAR Xfinity Series, I believe, is also currently broadcasting the race at Gateway. A little bit of work from TalhaDevYT's. Check the chat real quick, make sure there's nothing too crazy. We're good. Yeah, like I said, 94 laps on the tank would not shock me. Some guys pitted a little earlier to get that undercut. Maybe some guys, pit right at or around that lap 94 to make sure they had fresher tires towards the end. I think probably if you split in the middle, I think just depending on how you manage your stuff, I think is going to be the main attrition here. You could, if you're better at managing tires, I think you could probably, maybe extend it a little bit. Might hurt your track position. You just have to know how to push. It's an interesting level. Right now, I don't know. This being a short track, it's kind of hard to tell, at least from my perspective, if you're really saving a whole lot or using up a whole lot. I don't think the tire wear is that huge. So you could probably still push a decent bit and it not really hurt you too much. But overall, so we go through the field a little bit here. That way I'm not focused on the leader the whole race. This is about a 10-car field, and actually 11-car field. I think something happened to Cole Rodriguez somewhere decent bit into the run. Not sure exactly what happened. Seems to be a little bit slow. I don't know if that's maybe he has damage or tires or what. But something did happen to Cole Rodriguez. I don't think it was too severe. I didn't see anything spin exactly. Just brakes locking up and people maybe pushing a little too hard on a corner entry and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think Alex is really pressing like hell right now. I think he's just managing his pace, keeping himself. What's the word I'm looking for? Friggin'. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, he is just managing his pace, not doing nothing crazy. And he's got that lead as well. So advantage on advantage. You're seeing a lot of tire marks in these corners. A lot of these guys locking up, trying to get over a little bit of time they can as early as they can. And that might cost them in the long run. On Stephen Gibson, falling a little bit back from Alexander Gonzalez-Greene. You see him getting a little loose on exit there. TalhaDevYT is kind of falling back a little bit as well, but not near as big of a. Or well, actually, now I think about it, the gap's about. The gap's not too big. Gap's somewhat similar to what it is between him and Alex. Nothing too crazy. I think he's also in that same boat, managing his stuff, but I think he's also thinking more of managing his tires earlier in the run. I wouldn't be too shocked to see if he might have a bit something for Alex later in this run, depending on how he manages his stuff. TalhaDevYT, I've been seeing him get a little loose on exit. That is not good for your tires. Pushing a little too hard on corner exit. Gets a good apex. He's been quick. He's been pretty good all-around speed. It's just being consistent in a holy moly, that was close. Yeah, he almost. That was really close. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Kind of Gino kind of said the two cars kind of trying to go for one gap. Talha lost the spot, but he lives to see another day, and I think that's what matters for him right now. He appears to be struggling a little bit. I think what his issue right now is he might be pushing a little too hard on corner exit, maybe. I mean, he had a good clean exit there. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't test the setup. I should probably start doing a little bit some of these testings, or do some more practice with these guys. That way I kind of understand what they're going under in these races. That way I'm not 100% under a blanket trying to figure out what would be the right way to drive this track. But regardless, he is holding on right now. And while that happened, Gino Bononi just got around the 14. Won this race last year. In fact, won 3 races last. Why did I say last year? Last season, season 14. Unfortunately, he just wasn't as consistent. We see Talha as he's getting the wall back there, trying to, like I said, pushing a little too hard on exit. He might fall into the clutches of Joshua Clements, who was our defending champion, by the way. I would like to mention. But yeah, it's consistent not as consistent as Joshua Clements all season. I think that was basically the heel that broke the camel's back for Gino Bononi. Just won last night's race at NARL. Had a decent interview with him. He was talking about how he might have hurt his leg recently, so hoping that isn't affecting him too negatively here tonight. Last night had a really good strategy, pitted on that last stop, and just saved like hell to the finish. Crossed the line going 100 miles an hour all by himself at Daytona. You don't normally hear that, but when you time it right, you strategize it right, you fuel save right, sometimes you put yourself in a good spot, and he put himself in a good spot and won the race. That was last night in NARL. First win of the season there for him. As for this season here in IFAR, hasn't won a race yet, unless I'm tweaking. Let's see. Let's go through the season real quick. So, see Cole Rodriguez goes the lap down. We'll probably talk about him here in a moment. See, Daytona, I believe was Andrew Cruz with his return, and I believe it was said it was 2 or 3 years before his last NR race. Came back to run the IFAR 250 season 15. 15 seasons, 5 years. Comes back and wins the race. That is storybook right there for Andrew Cruz at Daytona. It was nice to see. I believe he's in Japan, something of that nature. I don't fully know the lore behind that or Andrew Cruz, but I know he is decently well known here and very well respected in this league. And then Kansas was won by Alexander Gonzalez-Greene, punching his first win of the season. And then last week, Jolene Sims, who's not here tonight, currently competing in the 150 Southern 200 right now. And that is so far what we've had this season. So, granted, I know it's only race 4, but it's good to see a new winner for every race so far. Battle for position between Blaine Davis, Cole Rodriguez, as Blaine goes a lap down. Talk about him more later tonight. Gino Bononi is starting to catch up to Stephen Gibson. I haven't really seen Stephen Gibson catch up much to Alexander Gonzalez-Greene, as Gino has one hell of a slide off of 4. Holds on to it. Doesn't really lose a whole lot of time, but I think that'll hurt his tires. And also that word I was looking for, talking about Alexander Gonzalez-Greene's performance, that word is disciplined. He is very disciplined with his running right now. Sorry if I sound like a PBS Kids narrative pusher, but yeah. Maybe narrative wouldn't be the word I'm looking there either. Man, I need to get my words together, bro. My excuse is I was raised under the Oklahoma education system. That is all. Have a good night. Defending champ, Joshua Clements. He, like I said, defending champ. I don't believe he won any races last season. However, consistency is king, and he made work of it. Currently, just staying ahead of Talha Aziz right now. Who, like I said about Talha Aziz, he's struggling a little bit. I don't know if his long run is going to look as good as his short run. Seeing his short run is not looking as pretty as he would have liked. But Josh, he's been fairly disciplined as well. You've seen him in DSRA. I don't currently broadcast there at the moment, but They got their finale coming up tomorrow at Homestead, Miami. He is currently leading 13 points over Landon Lyle for that championship. So we'll see how he does there tomorrow night. And currently, let's see, P4 on the board right now here tonight. We'll see how he does. I haven't really seen him like too crazy good at Martinsville, but except for that DSRA race in season 9 where he did end up winning. Currently P6 right now, Garson Muyoung sporting the Sporticus number 70. If you know, you know, I guess. Lazy Town reference. He's currently in a decent battle with Liam Tingley. I think Blaine Davis also just went to pit road. He's making his stop a little earlier. Maybe even go for a 2-stopper. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, that was a very... that's a possible strategy. With the pace that I've been seeing, I don't think I've really seen it fall off enough to really warrant a 2-stop strategy. But we'll see. Anyways, Garson Muyoung, he's been pretty consistent as well. Doesn't have an IFAR win yet. Been pretty quick. We've seen him win NARL last season at Daytona. We'll see what he does as he gets passed by Liam Tingley. Liam Tingley, I believe, has been here for a minute. One of the season 1 OGs. Came back last season, run some races. He's been running a few more races this season. I think he's ran so far every race. Correct me if I'm wrong. But has had some internet issues. I don't see a lot of that tonight, so that's good. Just passed Garson Muyoung for P6. And he's just, running the race. It looks like he's just trying to make the run fit. Nothing too crazy. You see Joshua Clements on pit road. He is one of the lead lap cars in contention for potentially the win of this race. He's going to do an early pit stop here on lap 35. I don't think he's going to be... Actually, let me think. Can you make it to the end with that? Let me get my calculator out. Lap 35, 94. I'm not Larry McReynolds, but you can call me Leonard Wood with a calculator. I don't even know who Leonard Wood is. Just a random name I came up with. Alright. 94, 35... Yeah, okay, you can actually make it. You can actually make it from here. Yeah, it's very valid. The TalhaDevYT, he's in pit road as well. Blaine Davis is not going to make it. So yeah, 125 laps. Yeah, Josh can make it from here. So pit from here, you can make it to the end of the race. And I'm seeing a lot of guys taking this undercut strategy. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it. Oh, something happened to AGG. He is having Oh no! Something happened to Alexander Gonzalez-Greene from the lead. He's got a blown tire. He's struggling to enter pit road right now. Gino Bonotti just entered pit road and passed AGG. Very costly. I'm not sure what happened. We'll take a look at the replay here shortly. See if he can make it stop first. Really struggling right now. It's almost like he's got 3 tires down the way that thing's driving. Those are just one. He is right on the limit, making sure his race isn't over from this. I don't think it will be. I think he still has a shot to get that win in the bag still. And with that number 1 pit stall, it definitely helps him out as he's going to pit road. I'll go see if I can get a replay real quick. Let's see what happened to Alexander Gonzalez-Greene. I just lost it into 1. We're talking about being disciplined. Everybody makes mistakes, even the best of the best, and maybe it'd be a bit of a glaze saying the lead runner being the best of the best, but you've seen his stats, and they kind of speak for itself. But you also got to remember, everyone's human. I don't know if that was a tire going down or what, but it was kind of scary there. I don't think he got a lot of damage either, so I think his race is still. I think he's still good for the race. Never mind, he sped on pit road. That or blew another tire. No, I think he sped on pit road. Something happened to that. That's my assumption, is he probably sped on pit road. Okay, unless he gets a caution, that's his race, I think. Liam Tingley, he's coming in and out of pit road. Yeah, the 18, doing a pass-through penalty right there. Liam Tingley, I don't know if he has, or actually, yeah, he just pit. So with all this going on, you see Garson Muyoung, he had stayed out. He is going to pit road now. So everybody has pit now at this point. Everybody taking the undercut. So this gives the lead to Josh. It should. Or no, I think Victor. Victor, no, he's a lap down. And who's freaking leading? Let me freaking lead. Okay, yeah, now it is Josh. So Garson was still leading on pit road. So Joshua Clemens is going to cycle out to the lead. However, he's got Gino Bononi right behind him now. That has brought the battle for the lead a lot closer than what it was. Steven Gibson, he's also right up there. And Victor Delgado the third, who is a lap down, or actually about to go a lap down. I don't think he's pit yet, to my knowledge. No, he must have pit actually, otherwise he would have been in the lead. Yeah, I'm tweaking. Steven Gibson is going to try the high side on the 24. Doesn't quite make good work of it. We'll just have to see how Clements manages with this lap down car, or car that's about to be a lap down. I'll make sure my thing's working. Alright, yeah, all the numbers should be right. Yeah. Let's see. Alright, so lap 63 is going to be halfway. We're not quite there yet, but this battle for the lead. 3 cars right now. The next car back is actually AG. Okay, now he's lap. Actually, TalhaDevYT, he's fourth. He is not close at all. I'm not sure if he had slow stop or. I know he had that overcut. So he may. I think he had the overcut. I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll see what happens with TalhaDevYT. He's currently fourth right now. Currently fifth, Liam Tingley. We know he came to pit road. He actually gained quite a bit of time on TalhaDevYT. Leads me to think Talha made a pit road mistake. See, Garson Muyoung, he was actually the closest car with Liam Tingley, I believe, for position. And you see that he's the most recent car to pit, to my knowledge. So he will have the newest tires. However, he's a bit further back at the moment. We'll see where this ends up for him towards the end of this race. Let's see, who else was I yapping about? Let's see, we yapped about Liam. We yapped about him. Gino passed for the lead on the 92 of Joshua Clements. That's going to be your third lead change of the night. Right on that wall entering turn 1. Yeah, it looks like he's pulling away just a tad bit from Josh right now. I think definitely with what we've seen last season from Gino, he's very, very in tune with this track. And I'm not sure where his tires are at. And we'll see where this ends up for him. It looks like he's pushing a little bit harder than Josh right now. We'll have to see as the run goes on. But right now, he's pulling away. These three are not really big time split up from what they were when they originally came out of pit road. But this is right now the battle for the win. TalhaDevYT's back there battling with Liam Tingley. Let's see who was behind. Okay, whoever's behind AGG for position. So I think Blaine Davis, or no, is it? Yeah, it's Blaine Davis. Pretty sure. Nope, it's Cole Rodriguez. So Cole Rodriguez has 2 IFAR wins, 1 NARL win. We see him win the NARL Chicagoland Season 14 race. IFAR, we actually haven't witnessed any of his wins live here on this channel. However, those wins are still in the record books. Currently running P9, and I believe he's on a two pit stop strategy with that 91 car. See Blaine Davis, he's currently running P10, currently the last running car on the racetrack other than the 99. Jackson Brown, who has already called it a night. I'm not sure why he called it a night, but I'm assuming he just wasn't having a good race going for him, so he decided to call it. Something happened to Josh. I think he may have gotten moved or something, but he is back to third. And that gap to first and second has gotten a bit bigger now that Stephen Gibson in the catbird seat. Yeah, Blaine Davis, he's been here for a decent bit. No relation to Trevor Davis. However, you see a lot of Gonzalez and a lot of Rodriguez. Davis is also a fairly common last name. And most of the guys that race here are not related. Unless it's the Violas, they're related. But that's about it that I can think of at the top of my head. There's Victor Delgado the third. Haven't talked about him yet. Can't believe I forgot about him. He's definitely been a dark horse. We've seen him last season. He was cooking at Texas a little bit. Was just pushing the car a lot, trying to find some rhythm. And tonight, not exactly going too swell for him. He's not in a horrible spot, but you know, P7 out of 10, 12, 11 cars, and it could be better. I mean, I'm not dissing him, but you know, you definitely want to be running better. But yeah, running a new paint scheme. When it switched manufacturers, the league has let go of Dodge, so Ford has re-signed with Mellon Cup Racing, and so is TalhaDevYT. And currently, Victor Delgado the third, like I said, P7, just running his race, staying clean, and just doing what you can with what you got. Junior Manui still leading the charge. Teammate Garson Muyung right in front of him. I imagine he'll probably cut him some slack for too long here, unless Garson's on a different pit strategy, which I don't imagine he is. That's currently the battle for position right now. Stephen Gibson and Gino Bodoni. Josh has fallen back a decent bit. I don't imagine that was because he was pushing too hard. I think he is saving a bit. Knowing Josh, he's not one of those drivers that would hot lap himself to death and end up in the graveyard. He usually pretty good about managing his pace, managing his tires. I don't know if this is going to be a winning strategy, but it'll definitely be a strategy. I'm pretty confident that'll bring him a little bit closer to the leader at the end of this race, or at least the end of this run. So far, no yellows. We just passed halfway a few laps ago, or I think it was lap 63 is halfway. Yeah, I used my calculator because, like I said, I'm not Larry McReynolds. Oh, Garson, actually, you know, I didn't think about this. You know, Gino's going to get around Garson. What about Steven? You want to hold up the guy in second for your teammate. Doesn't hold him up a whole lot, but helps Gino out a little bit with being in front of him in 1 and 2. Not a huge deficit or gain. We see Blaine Davis making his second stop of the night a little bit earlier than what I've assumed, but I think he might have used up his tires, so it might have forced his hand a little bit. We'll have to see where this ends up for Blaine. It's Colruyt. He's going to pass him for position. Actually, no, wait, I forgot. Blaine was P10, so Cole's going to gain on him. Oh man, Steven. He's gaining a little bit on Gino here. To my knowledge, I don't think Stephen Gibson has won an IFAR race. You know what? There's not a lot of passing going on. I can just go check the all-time stats. Yeah, I'll just do that. Let's see. Where is friggin' manual look? Let's see. Stephen Gibson. Alright, let's see. It's taking a lot longer than looking at what I thought. Sorry for the dead in the thing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm... Okay, I'm just gonna go off of the assumption that, oh, is that the... Did I just edit that? I hope I didn't. I'm just gonna close that and hope I didn't mess it up. Alright, yeah. Anyway, this battle for the lead's heating up. I'm just gonna go off this because I don't think I've seen anything where Steven has won an IFAR race, so I'm gonna go off of the assumption that he is currently winless here in IFAR. If I'm wrong, then oops. Anyway, he just got a little loose off of turn 4. I think this is the only battle on track right now. I'll look real quick, see if we got anything else brewing up. Currently, no. This is the only battle on track right now for position. It's for the lead. Garson Milling, he's just kind of holding on with these guys. I don't think the next car for Garson is probably going to be Liam Tingley. And he's up the road quite a bit, so not really a huge reason to fight too hard right now. Especially with the lead lap cars battling for position right ahead of you. Yeah, these two right on each other right now. He's going to take a mistake from Gino, or a good something for Steven to be able to get around this 24 car. You see he's trying to find that top line on entry. Oh, hit the curb on corner exit, and that's going to hurt him a little bit. Not the end of his race, though. We've seen Gino, last time he had someone that was faster than him behind him last season at Martinsville. Was very just in tune with what he was doing. He's very good at blocking, from my knowledge, from what I've seen. Some people might argue with me on that, but from what I've seen, his blocks haven't been too crazy bad. He's very focused right now, and I'd imagine if he can hold on to what he's doing, he could probably stay in front of Gibson for potentially the rest of this race. He is, like I said, very in tune with this racetrack from what I've seen. It would take a little bit more than a faster car behind him to nudge him out the way. Or actually, you know, that, well, if Steven can get to the back of him and nudge him out the way, then yeah, that'd definitely be the way to go. Now, oh, and here's an interesting thing. Steven's pitting. All right, going for the two-stopper. I didn't think about this either. I know when this race started, it said, or at least on the projected laps, it said 94 laps. I know sometimes the game can be incorrect, and that might be the case as well. So these guys might actually still have to pit. It's going to be interesting. Gino and Alexander Gonzalez-Greene wasted no time to go on a pit road. Again, Alex, he's, I think, a lap down. Yeah, he's currently out of contention of the win, unless we get a caution. But I think he can maximize here, try to get some more spots before this race is said and done. I'd imagine with this move, Steven's going to take the lead. We'll have to wait and see where that factors out. We've seen Josh saving. I don't think he plans on pitting. At least this is, oh, big loose from Liam Tingley off the exit before he holds on to it. And there's Green and Gino. And Gino, even with the undercut from Steven, had a better stop. So now Steven's at a slight disadvantage. Has a lap older tires and lost time to Gino. That shakes some things up. There's Cole Rodriguez, and there's Josh. I think currently scored, probably going to be scored ahead of those guys. Wouldn't be shocked if, or no, he actually, you know what, he pit before him, didn't he? So Josh got, or no? Why not Josh? Why is he in 8th? Did he speed? Alright, Blaiden's retired. So TalhaDevYT's currently in the lead. I imagine he stayed out. So Josh is a lap down. Did he? My only guess is he sped on pit road. The next car behind Talha is Garson Milling, who was just on pit road. Then Liam Tingley. Cole Rodriguez has gotten his lap back with this turn of events. I don't exactly... There's so much strategy going on. It's hard to wrap my head around it. I was under the assumption that it was going to be a one-stopper, but I'm wrong. So we'll see what these guys factor out. Josh somewhere got slimed or something. Oh, wait. Yeah, so he's passing cars now. Still a lap down. Let's see. This... So Gino scored third. Steven's fourth. Second is Liam? No, Liam just pit. So second's Garson. Garson did not pit. Or maybe he... I could have swore I seen him pit. I guess I'm wrong. I'm just gonna focus on the fact the 24 and the 51 are battling again, because the strategy's all over the place. I'm a little puzzled at this. This is just for me not fully being able to wrap my head around all the strategies going on. I mean, with the fact that I miscalculated how much fuel these guys would need. We've seen TalhaDevYT head to pit road. Garson, or not Garson, but Gino Bononi has retaken the lead. As Talha, he's probably going to lose a decent bit of time on pit road, potentially lose a lap, staying out as long as he did. I believe this is position between Gonzalez-Greene and Joshua Clements. Josh, just not... I don't know if he's not pushing as hard or what. See, Talha, he's out of pit road now, and I think this is going to leave him probably a lap down, I would imagine. We'll see when he crosses the line, but I'd imagine he's probably going to be a lap down. And I think he lost the spot to Garson and Liam as well, staying out as long as he did. Alright, so once these guys running for a few laps, I think I'll get it figured out where's who and who's where. So Gino's in the lead. Second, Steven. AGG's a lap down. Wait, is he a lap down? Yeah, he's a lap down in fourth. Holy hell. How the heck? They got so many cars a lap down. Holy cow. How did that happen? So AGG, he's going to try to get his lap back. And he's in fourth. Garson Milling, he's on pit road. He's going to lose a lot of spots. How did these guys juke the field like that? What? Did so many people speed or something? I wish I had a better answer than I don't know, but I currently do not. Alright, so Garson just pit. Y'all got y'all standings, I got mine. Oh wait, shoot, I forgot we had the horizontal ticker. That kind of bugs with it. Never mind. I won't look at it too hard. I got my phone over here. I can just check to see. So yeah, this is strange. Yeah, something with the strategy is just insane. something somewhere is crazy. I don't know where. There's Josh. He's fourth, trying to get his lap back. AGG. He just got around Steven, and he's setting his sights on Gino. Makes me wonder if maybe Gino and Steven might have took 2 tires. Or no tires. I don't know if that's the case or not. I know they didn't pit for very long. Maybe they pit for less fuel? Try to save a little bit? I'm just throwing darts at the dartboard right now. I'm not 1,000% sure. Steven just got the wall off of 4. He's going to lose a little bit of time. So 25 to go now. We've completed 100 laps. We got 25 left. AGG, he's pushing to get his lap back here. Hoping for a yellow. Which, with the amount of cars in this field, I'm not confident that is going to happen. Gino trying to make the most of it. Oh, Gibson really hard in the wall off of 2. Looked like he was going to gain a little bit on Gino, but just smacked that wall. Tingley, he's catching up to Joshua Clements right now. Holding steadfast, and so far looking pretty good right now in that 25 machine. Gerson Muyoung currently, I think, first car to go 2 laps down. Currently 9 cars still left running. Blaine Davis has called it a night. And so has the 99 of Jackson Brown. Right in front of him. Victor Dale got to the 3rd, and then Cole Rodriguez. All 3 of those guys right next to each other and on, I believe, similar strategy. You see an overtake for currently the last position on track. And now Victor currently slated to be the next car to go 2 laps down, with Garson overtaking him in turn 2. And AGG just got his lap back, so he is currently the next car, last car in the lead lap, in 3rd. This, along with having the speeding penalty, that is an impressive recovery from that 18 car. He's currently, I'm full 100% confident he has the speed to win this race if he had more time. And I'm talking a lot more time. I mean, we only got 20 laps to go. If he was up here with these guys, he would be right in it. Unfortunately, I think he sped earlier when he had that incident. And that was, unfortunately, the knife in his back. Oh, big loose for Steven off of 4. Holds on to it. Josh, with a little bit fresher tires, or you know what? All these guys pitted around similar time, some earlier than others. I think that is proof that these guys either didn't take tires or took 2 tires on their stop. I imagine 2 tires would be the way to go, seeing they would probably also would have gotten fuel if they were to pit. Steven's really struggling right now. You can tell that wear is really starting to get to him. Liam Tingley, he's also up here trying to get some track position. Talha Aziz, despite his, what I was thinking, he pitted later, had that overcut. I didn't think it was going to work as well for him. So far, he has caught up a little bit more than I thought he would have. He's currently catching with the 25. Might catch up in the 92 before this thing's all said and done. We'll have to see. It being Martinsville, the nature of this track, it is not quite that easy to pass here, especially this late in the race. And even though he's warping a little bit, but even though the 51, these guys aren't per position, it could mean a little bit something. You want to defend as many spots as you can between you and the leader. You don't want lap cars who have fresher tires to get around you, but on their side, they want to get around you. That way they think they have a shot at getting a better position. You see, with Gibson holding up Tingley, that has allowed Talha Aziz to catch up. Talha not really playing that game of following the leader. He's taking the bottom. He's taking the exit speed, and he's going to get right underneath Tingley here into turn 3. Tingley going to try to chop his nose. Doesn't quite have him clear. Talha's going to be side by side with him off of 4. This is for position, I believe, for 5th. I'm almost certain it's the only on-track battle right now for position. Oh, they're close. And these two both on the same tire strategy as well. Steven kind of just blocking him right now is Talha. Ooh, gives quite a bit of room to Tingley there. Is there any other on-track battles I can look at? Nah, there's not. He's going to clear him off of 2, but as Tingley try the crossover, he might have, but just was so loose off of 2, couldn't make it work, couldn't make it stick. Talha's going to get right underneath Gibson here, not give him any room, take full advantage of his mistake. Oh, Stevens into the wall. Talha, I think, was taking a bit of evasive action there, and he's going to get around Steven now, and that's going to leave Tingley still behind the 51 car, who's still trying to make sure he doesn't have that many cars between him and the 24, who is currently not really pulled away a whole lot, but he's definitely got a bigger gap now than what he did at the beginning of this run. Come to 5 to go. Actually, it might already be 5 to go. Yeah, we're 5 to go. Or not, why did I say 5 to go? 10 to go. Pardon my math. Or my myth, whatever you call it. Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad. I don't do drugs, but seeing how many times I slip up, I could have fooled you. See any other battles on track? We got one right here. I think this is for position. Yeah, Garson Muyang versus Cole Rodriguez, P7. I think they're a lap down. Yeah. And Garson's going to clear for, actually, yeah, P7. Steven, he is on pit road. His tires could not make it to the end of this race. He had to come in and get some. Unfortunate. The question is, can Gino's tires make it to the end? So when he now has Steven Gibson a lap down. Steven Gibson has fallen down the order to 8th place. Fortunately, the strategy did not hold. Gino, he's got a few more laps. He's got to hold on. 6 to go this time by. The only pressure he has is lap cars like TalhaDevYT and, I kid you not, Alexander Gonzalez-Greene, 16 seconds back after his penalty earlier in this race. He still has a shot, potentially, at the victory. TalhaDevYT makes quick work of Gino Bononi. He is just playing it smooth through these corners. He's able to put himself in a good spot, saving his tires a little bit better. The only problem is that's costing him time. I don't see Alex being able to really gain that much time this few laps. He's about half a track. TalhaDevYT and Joshua Clemens have both gotten their laps back. Liam Tingley, he might try to get his lap back here. Try to see if he can't go and fight with TalhaDevYT, try to get that spot back. But Talha, he is a little bit further ahead. His teammate Victor Delgado III, he's going to give him a decent bit of room here. Come to 2 to go this time by. I almost hit escape. That would have been bad. Or not bad, but not as good. Suboptimal. And Gino, he just needs a little bit more clean track and no mistakes. Victor Delgado giving him plenty of room between him and Gino. Tingley, we'll see how hard he pushes to try to get around this 24. Coming to the white flag here at Martinsville. Gino Bononi. He stayed steadfast. He's held his own. Nothing too crazy, nothing too flashy. And here he comes off a turn 4. Gino Bononi is going to win here at Martinsville. Caution free. And I think 4 cars finished on the lead lap. I think that's two races in a row, back-to-back nights that Gino Bononi has won off of a strategy call. One night off of fuel, one night off of tires. One track being a super speedway, the next being a short track. Back-to-back Martinsville wins for Gino. He's gonna... Is he already burning it down? Okay, no, that's Cold Red. And Gino Bononi. Come to the start-finish line. He's gonna burn it down here at Martinsville and hit the wall. That's alright, it's a short track. Ain't no one gonna shame you. First win of the season for the number 24. And now I can't see him. Oh, there he is. And I was talking about, how he hurt his leg Thursday. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Wins at Daytona last night in NARL. Wins here tonight. IFAR at Martinsville. And he is burning those tires down right now. Smokestack. Can't even see turn 4 from this camera angle. Now we can't see Gino. Man, where's that brother at? Oh, there he is. He's trying to do something. And he's done. Wowza. Alright. Man. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the back to that camera and set it up for where we would have crossed the finish line. We didn't get to use our choose cone tonight. That's alright. Less cautions the better. Means clean racing. Alright. There he is. Gino Bononi. Back to back. Or, well, back to back Martinsville wins. Yar. Alright. Looks like he's our only interview right now. I guess I'll go ahead and go down to him. Mr. Gino Bononi. Back to back Martinsville wins, man. How we feeling? Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I could tell. I seen that almost the entire field was a lap down. I'm going to assume you took 2 tires on that last stop? Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, that was something. Yeah, when I seen y'all, you and Gibson had put a lap on basically the entire field at one point. I didn't know if that was like y'all took 2 tires or maybe some of those guys had a bad strategy or what, but regardless, it was basically just you, Gibson. At one point, Josh was holding on there. One thing I do want to ask, you did have some pressure there from Tingley there at the end. Were you just focused on staying ahead of him, or was it just kind of like hold on to your line and just hope he doesn't kill you?
Josh and them go when they got to me, just because once Steven pit and fell back, I felt like I just needed to preserve my tire to the end because I knew it could go at any moment. So I wasn't really trying to hold him up. I just kind of ran my line, and if he made a move, I was going to let him have it, but he never did make that move.
Joined your channel.
All right. Yeah. It's a good thing I just I got your question there. I just realized I had my desktop muted the entire stream. It's a good thing I didn't have anyone in the booth, because that would have been a big problem. I did not get your first question. Oh man, I'm on board with you being tired, bro. Yeah, I think I did that. You know what? I think I did that somewhere at one IFAR race somewhere. I can't remember. But yeah, that was yeah, Darwin moment on my part. I don't know why I can't get it together for the IFAR streams, but all right. So I guess let me ask you a question that everyone can actually hear. Let's see. How's your leg feeling?
Bad.
Is it
Very bad.
still as bad as it was Thursday or yesterday? Is it
It's a tiny bit. It's a tiny bit better, but Martinsville did put a lot of stress on it, so it doesn't feel too good right now.
Yeah, I'd imagine, Daytona, you're not really using your brakes a whole lot unless you're trying to avoid wrecks, but Martinsville, that's oof. Yeah, that's no fun.
A lot of throttle control was needed, and that was painful, but we're good. We're good. We got the win.
Yeah, that's impressive, being able to like hold on and still like with that hurt leg. I was saying in the burnout, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's basically that sums it up in my opinion.
Alex was the car to beat tonight. He was super fast, but he blew a tire, I think, on the first run, and that kind of took him out of contention.
Yes, I seen him go to pit road again.
See, he finished second. Still, I think other people were having similar issues, maybe speeding. I don't know. Like last season, I kept the car clean, and I ended up in a position to win. Last season, I think, was a little more exciting with that last battle with Dunlop Prad last season, but take the win just as well, all the same.
All right. Well, first one of the season. I know you got 3 last season. It wouldn't shock me if you got 3 this season. I think you still got it.
I wish.
We'll see what happens. We got Homestead next week. You feeling confident for that?
I've always liked Homestead. Hasn't always treated me well, even though I do like the place. So hopefully it's a good place for me. I know Alex is going to be the man to beat pretty much every week, so I know he's very good at Homestead as well. So I got a lot of tough competition with him this season. I think he's going to end up coming out on top, but you never know. Some things can happen, like tonight. Tire blows, and I can take advantage.
Hey. Well, congrats on the win, man. I hope your leg is feeling better. Hopefully you don't got any more Martinsville races coming up. And
Thank you.
You have a good night.
You too.
Buddy disconnected from your channel.
All right, Mr. TalhaDevYT. When was the last time you got a top 5 in IFAR?
Never.
First time, man.
One.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching that race. I know you had some good battles with Liam. You had some decent battles. I don't think you ever had too many runs with too many people. Didn't look like.
No. It was mainly Liam, and I had a bit of a battle with Steven trying to get by him after I got by Liam because he was really struggling. I was trying not to kill him, but I was also trying not to be so conservative I get stuck behind him there.
Yeah. And I noticed in that first run you were struggling a bit on the short run. Was that a factor of just you needed more time to understand how the run was going to go on in the long run, or like what was the thing there?
Everyone was pretty much pushing that entire first stint. And whenever I do push, I can push for 1 lap, which that's clearly evident with my qualifying, but like I can really find a rhythm pushing still. I can find a rhythm when I'm not like outright going all out pushing, but I was like really inconsistent. I would brake early sometimes, I would brake late other times. Had a bit of pressure from Gino early in the race too, and then we were it just kind of, I think I burnt on my right front a bit too much, but I think everyone did because I was talking with Josh, both of our right fronts at first run were like basically 225-ish.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that first stint was quite strange, but in the second stint, then I thought I saved well. I think I oversaved quite a bit. Like, but I thought pitting late would work, and for the most part, it did work. But I lost out a bit to Josh there, who got a speeding penalty, if I remember. So, but I can't complain much. I finally got a top 5 here. Yeah, it was fun battling Leon. Like, it was really like, it was a tight battle, but it was also really clean. So, fun times. It was a fun race. Strange race, but a fun race for sure.
Yeah. My only last question for you. Homestead's next week. How are you feeling for that?
I feel like I could get a top 10 there. I don't know what I found for like I hope I could at least for the most part repeat my run I did in Kansas minus like the last lap shenanigans, of course. I don't know. I feel like I figured something out for the bigger tracks, for like these bigger IFAR tracks. So top 10 is the goal though. I feel like I could get that and just get more points, mainly like more consistent points.
All right. Well, unless you got any other statements, I think that's good.
Yeah. Thank you for broadcasting, and I'll see you whenever.
All right. Congrats on top 5.
Thank you.
Buddy disconnected from your channel.
All right. Well, I somehow managed to fill 125 laps at Martinsville with pure masterful yapping and having the game muted the entire time. The first questions that I had asked Gino were with my sound being muted, so y'all didn't hear it, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. But y'all heard the last bit, and that was what mattered. Yeah, that was quite the move on my part. I mean, there wasn't the only thing y'all were gonna hear anyway were like the spins and the whatnot. Kind of wish someone would have pointed that in the chat, but I don't know if anyone was paying attention or watching the race for that matter. But it is what it is. I guess could be worse. Last week I was dropping the ball like crazy. Yeah, race was pretty solid. We go to Homestead next week. I think. I honestly do not I don't know where or what the schedule's going to be with broadcasts. But if all goes to plan, I should be able to do Caesars Thursday, hopefully, maybe. And then as for IFAR and NARL, hopefully the same. And if all goes to plan, yeah, it should be the case. There might be some switch arounds going on and stuff as well, so we'll get that figured out. And apologies for the audio being muted. That is a mistake on my part. I apologize. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. If y'all didn't enjoy, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And then, yeah,